Hey, welcome back to another episode of Whiskey Row. My name is David. This is Jamie, and
Hey, guys.
tonight we're doing a buy or pass. So what that means is I've selected 5 whiskeys. I've poured them up. We've got the price on the front. We have a little tag on the bottom to identify them. Jamie doesn't have a clue what we're drinking, and we're going to go through, and she's going to mix them up so it mixes it up a little bit for me. But then we're going to figure out if the pricing on these whiskeys is right, or if they're charging too much, or it's a good value for you.
Well, I gotta say, just by looking at color, they look nice.
Well, I will say there is a mix in this lineup. Sometimes we do it and they're all within like a little price window. These go from really affordable to very, very expensive. So a little bit different one, but some whiskeys that I wanted to do this with. So hopefully you enjoy. And if you do, please smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Jamie, do you want to mix them up?
Yes. Oh, wow. This is right up my alley. Lots of brownie mix and a little bit of chocolate and buttercream. And
I think pretty good on the notes there. It's got a little more fruit and red berry, I think, on the nose to me.
So you said red berry, and it had popped up on the palate right away. And it's kind of like a raspberry cake, like with chocolate mousse and...
Wow, that's really good.
Is that Buffalo Trace?
Well, there is a Buffalo Trace in the lineup, so I'm guessing it's that one. But that is a red berry, brown sugar coffee cake. Mm-hmm. That is awesome.
It's very, very good. I really want to buy this, David, but how much are you charging me for it?
Well, if it's what I think it is, it's going to be $27. It's $27. Okay, so it is what I think it is. It is a Buffalo Trace product.
It's $27?
Yeah, it's right there in the front.
Oh my goodness.
So Jamie, buy or pass at $27?
Oh, pass all day. Oh, I mean, I'm sorry. No. Blur.
Did you say pass?
Cut that, future David.
Okay, so Jamie, let's try that one more time. For $27, is this buy or pass?
I would buy it all day long.
Yeah, I think this is a tremendously, tremendously good $27 bottle.
It's got a little bit of maltiness. It's like a cinnamon sugar kind of cider or something.
Oh, there's kind of that apple cinnamon.
Yeah.
Ooh, apples. It's like apple cinnamon, almost apple pie, like the inside of an apple pie. That smells really good.
So I'm getting all day long like a red candy apple, and then it's mixed with this cider that has like cinnamon in it, like those little cinnamon stave things.
It's a really good mouthfeel.
Very good mouthfeel.
Very good mouthfeel. There's a little bit of a pot stilly on the back end, just a hair. Little malty kind of thing.
Yeah, it turns malty at the very end, where it's almost like a rich chocolate bitter kind of taste. But I like it.
I like it a lot too. I think it's really good. Man, it reminds me, it's like a mix of like fresh baked apple pie. And the malty almost with that combination almost comes across as a little bit of like a overly toasty pie crust. Well, it better be pretty good for this price.
Ooh.
Buy or pass at $200.
Oh my gosh.
That's pretty good. It's pretty unique. It's pretty friggin' interesting. But $200 is a lot of money.
So, yeah. And I've got to say, so given it a lot of thought, I think it's worth $200 as far as quality. But honestly, I would only buy one bottle. And I may not buy another one because I'm not so in love with it, because it's just not lining up with everything that I want out of a $200 bottle.
I mean, I see what you're saying there. I think the value's there, the quality's there, the finish, the depth of flavors, the complexity is there all day for a $200 bottle. But again, it kind of goes back to what you're saying, is like, I'm not sure how many bottles of this particular flavor profile I would want.
So this is toasty, dark chocolate. And there's like this, it's like a brownies with nuts in them.
There's a little dusty, peanutty kind of thing. It's not bad, but it's kind of, the nose is a little interesting.
So Jim Beam comes to mind right away when I taste that one. It's that salty peanut butter candy bar thing that I like. It's good.
It's good. It's got a little bit more sweet notes than a traditional Jim Beam. Do you get the little extra vanilla in there?
Mm-hmm.
I
It's
like
good.
it. I like it.
I like it too.
Okay, but
Depending on the price, will I buy it again?
$30.
Oh, yes.
So you're not a big Jim Beam fan.
No.
So I'll tell you, there is a Jim Beam in the lineup, and it might be this one based on price. I can't quite remember. This is a really good Jim Beam.
Yeah.
And it's actually, if it's what I think it is, it's a pretty interesting release. And for $30, it's a good buy. This
is marshmallow. Oh, that's good. Buttercream. It kind of has this creme brulee, like the top of it, that crusted, torched part.
Okay.
Caramel. That's a lot of caramel too up front.
Ooh, I like the nose on this one. It's got a little bit of that kind of musty, cheesecakey,
Ooh,
graham cracker.
I want to buy this one. This is up my alley. So everything we said on the palate or on the nose definitely translate on the palate. There's cheesecake, there's creme brulee, the top of it. I love creme brulee, so I love this one. And then the
Got a
mouthfeel.
Good, yeah, a good proof point. A little bit of a kick to it. Tremendously good syrupy mouthfeel.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a fan of this whiskey.
I'm going to buy it. I don't care how much it is.
Okay, well, price does matter. $1,400.
Yeah, right. My mouth is like tingling right now. I want that one.
$70.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a seven. Totally.
It's actually worth. Okay, I would like to say it's worth more, but then everybody always laughs at that kind of.
We don't want you to charge more
Yes.
producers of whiskey, but we understand sometimes you do, and the quality is sometimes it's a really good deal, and that's what we're saying on this one. That's an exceptionally good $70 whiskey.
This is my favorite on the table so far. Ooh. I like this. Lots of fluffy cream cheese kind of vanilla caramel.
Okay. I mean, I get what you're saying, but it's a lot lighter than I expected. Very light on the nose.
I like that one. There's this red berry towards the finish, not like a Buffalo Trace red berry, but it's like it's very mellow, but it's nice. It's pleasant.
It gives me a little bit of like a Now and Later's grapey fruit thing. Maybe not grape. Maybe it's more of like a fruit punch Now and Later.
Mm-hmm.
It's got a decent mouthfeel, better than I expected on the nose.
I got some oak towards the finish.
It's got some oak, a little bit of spice to counter some of those sweet notes. It's good.
Mm-hmm. So it's good, but I'm wondering if the price is going to match up with how good I feel like it is, because it's not earth-shaking.
$100.
That's expensive.
That seems expensive for that. I'm trying to think of what that even is.
I would pay a secondary price for this one over buying that one. I'm good. $100, that's a lot.
That's a lot. It's good, and I like it, but I'm with you. This at $70 is better than this.
Yes.
And if they are what I think they are based on the price, because I wrote the price on here, they're from the same distillery. So that's a much, much better buy. This is good.
Wow.
$100. I'm gonna have to say pass. I don't know if this is
I'll
really.
pass,
It's
too.
not worth $100 to me. All right.
Oh, and there is a Heaven Hill. I almost said Heaven Hill.
Well, Elijah Craig and Heaven Hill are the same.
Well, I know, but I almost said Heaven Hill. Is that one?
This one, yeah, I
Okay.
think so.
And then Elijah Craig, I would guess this was the Jim Beam, this was the Westward, and then Benchmark.
I think you're right. So we kind of pre-guessed what we thought some of these were, and I think we were pretty close. So let's see. This was the Benchmark, and this was a buy again. This is the Benchmark single barrel coming in at 95 proof. The Benchmarks are such a steal, and particularly in my opinion, the Benchmark, it's the single barrel and the full proof.
Mm-hmm.
The full proof, you get 125 proof. It's really good. The single barrels just are a little bit richer to me. Obviously, a little bit lower proof, being 95 proof versus 125 proof. But that's shockingly good.
That's a steal.
All right, this one we said this was $200, and we said it was worth it
To buy one.
but buying a second one might be pretty tough.
Yeah, for
and that is the
$200.
Westward. The Westward.
That's a cool bottle. I was looking at the top. It's kind
Oh
of
yeah,
cool.
it's a beautiful bottle. It comes in the special decorative thing. But this is the Westward Milestone, coming in at, holy cow, they did the whole copper on black, and it's hard to
pretty
see.
bottle.
It's a beautiful bottle. It's got to be on there somewhere. I think it's right down there, but I can't read that.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, Jamie getting her granny glasses out.
What's 48.5?
Okay, so it's 197. No, it's 97 proof. It was hard for us to read, and we're both getting older, and our eyes don't work as well as they do. Beautiful bottle, beautiful. The topper on this thing is gargantuan.
Oh,
Look at that. The big old thing.
Yeah,
it's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Great presentation, and it's really good whiskey. 200 is 200. If you like single malts, American single malts, this is the best American single malt we've ever had.
yeah, it's good.
So definitely, kudos to Westward on that one. This one was the Jim Beam. Now, this isn't all regular Jim Beam.
That's a pretty bottle.
This is their Winter Reserve.
Oh, vanilla notes and cinnamon. That's
Yep.
exactly kind of what we had on the palate with the.
Yep. So this is a 6-year whiskey that is finished in new toasted white oak barrels, which resulted in vanilla and a hint of clove and cinnamon.
David, unfortunately, this might sound ridiculous because it's only $30, but this might be my favorite Jim Beam ever.
When I saw it, I was at the store and I saw,
You know how I feel about
and I
Jim
was like,
Beam.
I immediately grabbed it because I thought it might be a finished whiskey, or not finished, but not a bourbon. Like it might be a flavored whiskey, and so I grabbed it and I was like, no, it's a bourbon, and I was like, oh, I got to get this for Jamie. I got to turn her to Jim Beam. I'm
I
trying.
can't believe you did that.
Yeah.
Like I tasted Jim Beam, but I'm like, wow, I really like this one.
All right, next up, the $70 bottle one. That is the Elijah Craig, like we suspected.
Dude, that was fantastic.
Yeah, this is the new Elijah Craig C924. Now, this is coming in at 11 years, 0 months, 129 proof. This is not as good as C923, but it's dang close. This is a really competitive ball to C923. This is easily beats the A and B from this year that I've had. So
That's killer. $70. So is that one findable though? Or is
right now
hard
it
to
is.
find?
Right now, you should still be able to find it in your local store. If it hasn't come to your area yet, pick it up when it comes. This is definitely one.
It's a good one.
Last one up tonight. This is the Heaven Hill. This is the Heaven Hill grain to glass bourbon. Here you go. There's your little picture. You can look at it. This is coming in at 107 proof. This is the special grain to glass thing they did, and these is $100.
I'll be honest, I would buy it probably multiple times if it was more like 65.
It's not better than the Elijah Craig barrel proof. And so
It's good.
from this, at least this C924. So I feel like somewhere, if you want to say it's grain to glass, it's a little bit special, you could call that a 70, 75. I think the push to 100 is just too much. Just not worth it.
There are some guys in here that I recognize the distillery, and so it was really intriguing to kind of find out what bottles we were drinking.
Yeah, and just transparency. We always like to be transparent here on the channel. This was actually gifted to us from Westward. We did not pay for this bottle, but it is what it is. We like this one. We don't like all Westward product because we're not big single malt fans, but this one is actually really, really good. So thank you, Westward, for sending that to us. All the rest we paid for out of pocket. But overall, it's a pretty friggin' good lineup. And again, thank you for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, please smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. And until next time, Jamie,
David, find a bottle you love.
find a bottle you love.